Hold it right there. A blonde-haired traveler and a floating fairy. We've got you, all right. Take a look around. You've fallen right into our trap.
Are you mercenaries from the Corps of 30? Did you come here to arrest us?
Corps of 30? We're nothing like those government lapdogs who don't even get scraps for their work. We are an elite brigade that commands the highest commission rate in all of Sumeru. We're here on the orders of a client known only as the Outcast.
Oh, wow.
The Outcast? An outcast from the academia? But why wouldn't the doctor just send the Fatui after us?
Still wasting time on idle chit-chat. We'll shut you up soon enough. Get them!
You're up, traveler!
Following orders.
Access denied.
Having done you is a blessing. Whoa, whoa.
Take that! I'll take my leave. Take my leave.
Born of ice and frost.
I'm gonna press the wrong buttons again.
Take that!
Shooters. See?
I'll be back. I need more. Take that!
Oh, man.
It isn't over yet! Here comes reinforcements!
The guy jumped in the air and got frozen.
I'll take my leave. No more. Need leave.
Got you,
That was
man.
pretty rough.
I love
Is
gun.
that what elite mercenaries are like?
Yeah. Frozen. Being frozen.
Yeah, looks like we'll have to keep our guards up. But this doctor guy seems like a pretty tough opponent. He knew exactly where to set up an ambush. Did he predict that we would try to find Tainari? Going up against smart people is tough. Anyway, let's keep going.
Anyway, let's keep going. Anyway. Hey, but there were loot, right? Weren't there loot? Look at this floating thing. I need loot. I saw earlier mushrooms. Just mushrooms? I got hit. So, how are we gonna fix that? Actually, not. We're near the street.
Next on the agenda.
Here. Oh no, this is the girl's one. Hey doggies. Zag. Why is that the name? Zag? Oh, we can talk to Zag. Sag. It's actually Sag, not Sag. Take care of the doggy squad. Woo! Oh, you get a gift. Oh, we just gave him a gift.
We're way behind schedule.
Taray! Yohanan. Taray! Hey, squirrel. Taray! Where are you, man?
Yesterday,
Oh, I remember this.
5 dusk birds.
Very good. Colleague.
Oh, it's the Traveler and Paimon. What are you two doing back here?
Come on, how did you not hear what just happened?
Kale! It's nice to see you again. To be honest, I'm not doing too well. My Elazar has been progressing at a faster rate lately. I'm finding it harder to complete more intricate tasks. As a result, Master Tainari is taking me off the patrol schedule.
No.
He will only allow me to stay here and coordinate other people's tasks. Oh, Kale. Speaking of Tainari, did he go off on patrol? We're here to talk to him. Oh, Master Tainari? You just left the Avidia forest a little while ago. He was headed to Party's DI.
Oh, that's a desert, right?
He left? But isn't Tainari always saying that he never wants to leave the Avidia forest? He even turned down the sage's invitation.
He left at a time like this.
I thought it was weird too. Master Tainari always prioritizes his work as a forest watcher above everything. He almost never leaves his post. He left in a hurry this time, though. No, I only found out that he left through a message he left behind. He also made sure to delegate all his tasks using a schedule. To leave in such a hurry? I'd guess he had something urgent to take care of. Master Tainari originally studied in the Amorta Darshan of the Academia, and Partis DI is something like the Amorta's research base. Many rare shrubs and grasses have been planted there for research. I know that before he became a forest watcher, Master Tainari once spent a long time conducting research at Partis DI.
A research base, huh? Gotta wonder what kind of research Tainari just decided to work on all of his head. Oh, we don't have a lot of time, so let's go look for him at Party's DI.
Party's DI. Please take care.
Don't worry. I'm fine. I'm used to living with Elazar by now.
No.
If you run into Master Tainari, please send him my regards.
You should come with us, Kale.
Got it. Will do. See you later, Kale.
You should bring her with us.
I had already made up my mind, to be honest with you, so I didn't try to hide my current condition. Don't worry about me. I'll be fine.
If you say so. Where are we going? Where are we going, my man? Oh! I'm an idiot! I thought it was the desert, like the new area. But it's right here. Thank goodness I unlocked the waypoint when I was exploring it. Huh? Catherine!
Access denied.
Oh, come on. Actually, no, we gotta heal first. And then we'll get back. Because that thing is annoying me. Thanks. Okay, get back to it. Get into it, yo! Get into it, Catherine! Yeah, yeah!
Wait! Look who it is!
It's Batman!
Thank goodness you're okay. We were so worried about you.
You are!
Hey! This was supposed to be a touching reunion, but you're ruining the moment!
Actually, it's very smart of the Traveler to be wary of me right now.
See, you're smart.
After all, the Doctor has shown that his technology can apparently even control human minds.
Dude.
Plus, it's not like you could have known what happened after we split up and I was facing the Doctor by myself. Even a pool of stagnant water after a torrential storm can occasionally pass as a patch of sky.
Paimon feels like only the real Nahida could come up with such an obscure analogy.
I believe you.
Huh? But I wasn't trying to win your trust or anything. All I wanted was to clarify my point.
Well, we understand that point now. Please, Nahida, tell us more about what happened. Are those poor people all right?
When you left, I was still in the middle of restoring everyone's minds. Thankfully, when the Doctor mentioned depositing information into the subconscious, he didn't mean engraving information into their minds. Instead, he did something closer to creating hallucinations. That was still within my power to fix. Luckily, I managed to finish my restorations and mind jump away from him just as he was about to capture me.
What a relief. The Doctor sure pulled out some hidden cards, but good thing we had Nahida with us.
I wouldn't be relieved just yet. I gave away my true identity when I restored everyone's minds, which means we've lost another one of our trump cards.
No.
Also, the Doctor is already an expert at modifying Akasha terminals. Maybe it's only a matter of time until he captures my consciousness inside the Akasha.
We gotta stop using that, man.
Would that mean you'd no longer be able to jump between minds? Then how do we stop him? He's still at the Academia, so it's possible he already started messing with the Akasha.
We need to hurry.
Ugh, it feels like he's toying with us. What a nasty piece of work. Plus, the doctor's combat ability alone is apparently enough to make him worthy of being number 2 of the Fatui.
We shouldn't give up hope just yet. Let's try to find another way to attack this problem.
Actually, Nahida, how did you know we were trying to get to Party's DI? Have you been waiting for us?
Yes, I have. I can see the traveler's elemental energy, so I deduced your destination by looking at the direction you were moving in.
Nice.
You didn't come here for sightseeing, right? Did you find any leads?
We're looking for a scholar we know. His name is Tainari, and the sages once tried to reach out to him. Why don't you come inside with us and see what we can find?
Okay, let's just hope we won't get him into trouble.
Tignari. I've never been here. I've unlocked the waypoint, but I've never explored. Is that Tignari? Oh no, that's the snob. The beginning. She's the one that ignored us. Am I right?
Traveler?
It is.
It is you!
Ah, the voice! It's Hypatia!
Long time no see.
Ah, what a pleasant surprise! It's so nice to see the two of you again.
You too.
Who's this?
Catherine's face. Nahida's like, who the f? Oh, you should know. You're the Denjo Archon.
She's a scholar we met in the Avidia Forest. When we last saw each other, she was still training in the... what's it called? Satyavada life?
Oh, I see.
That's right, we're old
see.
friends. You've come at just the right time. Ever since I've come here, hardly anyone has even talked to me.
Snobs.
Hypatia, you're way too excited about this. Actually, for you to leave the Avidia Forest means... you're not in training anymore? Wait, no. Did you already finish your training and reach Pariporna life?
You're not in training yet? That's so high pitch.
What do you think?
What's wrong with Hypatia?
My consciousness has already managed to make contact with the divine.
What do you think?
You did it! Congratulations!
I'm happy for you.
It's so exhilarating to share this sublime joy with others at long last. When my consciousness made contact with the gods. Ah, what a supreme and unparalleled experience that was.
This is weird.
That sounds incredible!
That was weird. We're here for Tignari.
Oh, all right. Actually, please wait. I haven't forgotten my promise to you.
What promise?
Remember? I
No.
promised to help you understand what you saw from Irminsul once I gained deeper insights.
Right. Well, the Denjo Archon will be like, Irminsul, I know him. Her.
My current self has not only gained true insight, but I can even help you establish a direct connection to the consciousness of the divine.
You can do that?
Do you believe her?
I've never heard of anything like that, but if you want to give it a try, I'll do my best to protect your consciousness during the process.
Hold on. I brought some spirit born ale with me. This is still a crucial part of the ceremony.
We're using that incense again?
All right now. Hold my hand. I'll help you establish a pathway to connect your consciousness.
Okay,
Ready?
Whoa, we're going underground again, are we?
It took 3 betrayals for me to finally understand. The world is just an elaborate tapestry of lies.
Let's see.
My fury
I accidentally skipped it.
will never be quelled.
There's an electro.
The first to betray me was a god, my
Raiden.
creator, my mother.
So Scaramouche.
Valuing strength above all,
Drop.
She saw no worth in me and I was discarded. The second was a human.
Who?
My family.
Who?
My friend.
Betrayed you? But how? The second.
Consumed by fear,
Oh.
he saw me as an abomination.
Oh. So the
The
third.
third was one exactly like me. A
Huh?
hope for the future. A fledgling barely out of the nest.
What happened? He died?
Powerless before his mortality, he broke his promise to me.
He died. That's not
Humans.
broken.
They can't be trusted. And the gods fill me with pure loathing. So I said good riddance. I denounced the world and laugh in its face. My chest will never again be defiled by worldly filth. I will scrub away every last trace of human emotion. Then it will be empty, a blank slate, and ready to receive a supreme gnosis, brimming with pure divinity.
So he wants to be an Archon. Just like your mom.
There is no need to fear. The pain will be brief. Your era is coming to an end.
He wants to be an Electro Archon. Oh no. They showed Raiden.
What was that?
That was neither Ritter Lord's.
Did we actually just see the Balladier's memories?
Right, Balladeer.
Everything matches what we know about him.
I forgot he's called the Balladeer also.
But how is he connected to the divine consciousness that Hypatia was talking about?
You saw it, right? You felt it, right? Such a majestic god. Such a noble will. Such sublime emotion.
She connected to Scaramouche.
Alas, shame. If only that which beats within my chest wasn't a filthy mortal heart. Oh, great and merciful God, please grant me forgiveness and salvation.
Do you understand now? I'm afraid this is no periporno life, but rather...
Wake up! Wake up!
You, why are you so mean to me? Why is everyone hiding from me? I found divine wisdom. Shouldn't I receive praise and honor? Haven't I uncovered that light in the darkness?
Hypatia?
That's how I always thought everything should be. Wait, have I already lost my mind?
You've gone insane, man. You need to go to the doctor. An actual one, not the Fatui. Because you're insane, huh? I mean, we didn't tell her to go.
Wait, something isn't right.
Uh-oh. Another cutscene? There's so many cutscenes! Right from the beginning! Oh, this is in the trailer. This is in the trailer. Yo! Drop kick! Backflip! Oh no! Did Nahida... What happened? Did she move her subconsciousness away before she got stabbed? Yo! We're in Nahida's consciousness! I see. Oh! Or is he taking over the dendros? The dendro Archon. Whoa, 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 whoa. Did Nahida separate her consciousness from Catherine in time? Tainari? And Paimon? Are we in the Traveler? Oh,
Okay, we finally lost him.
that was a nice POV just now, running with Tainari and Paimon.
Are you okay, Nahida?
Oh,
Wait, no. Something feels different. You're back!
so they did switch bodies.
Oh, the Traveler's back?
What just happened?
Nahida was controlling your body for a while. It seemed like she jumped over to you as an emergency measure right before the Catherine puppet was destroyed.
Oh, Sumeru, Catherine's dead!
After that, Tainari heard the commotion and came over. He helped us defeat the mercenaries and then he ran with us all the way here.
Our minds swapped places.
What? You swapped places? You mean your consciousness also went into Nahida's body?
So does that happen with the other people she possessed previously?
Wait, then where is Nahida's consciousness? Where is she now?
I never imagined that an individual's consciousness could be transferred around like this. Had I not seen it with my own eyes,
Believe
I
it,
would have
man.
never believed it. I don't think this can be achieved with current human technology.
Yeah, well, the doctor's doing it.
Also, while we were running, the consciousness in your body told me to pass on a message. She said,
What?
"The doctor has found a way to trap my consciousness, so I can't journey with you anymore."
Oh no. So the doctor and Scaramouche are working together. So the number 2 and the number 13. Is Scaramouche number 13 or the 4th? I don't remember.
But even in a moonless night, a shower of starlight can still drown out illusions and lies.
Oh no! Nahida's trapped in the sanctuary of Suristhana for good this time. Was that message all she left for us? It's pretty vague.
It's a code that only we know.
Oh, that makes sense. Since the doctor captured her, she won't be able to say anything without him knowing. She's being extra careful. Even in a moonless night, a shower of starlight can still drown out illusions and lies. Huh. Paimon knows the moon illusions and lies are from the alchemical divination at the Sub-Zero's festival. Didn't Nahida use a starlight analogy before? It had something to do with Sataria.
Okay, now we have to take back all these things. The moon. The moon refers to Nahida herself. Starlight refers to the people in the desert. Illusion refers to Prima's planet. The moon. I remember the moon.
Oh, that makes a lot of sense. Huh. Do you think Nahida was telling us to go find help in the desert?
And we're gonna go to the moon.
But she isn't with us anymore.
She's with us.
Think we'll be okay?
What do you mean she's not with us? Are you dumb?
Paimon, you said Sanctuary of Suristhana. Does this mean that this Nahida you're talking about, the consciousness who is occupying the Traveler's body, is the Dendro Archon?
Surprise!
Your guess is correct, but the situation's a bit complicated, so it's really hard for us to explain right now.
That's all right. A scholar's curiosity doesn't need to be appeased right away. As for the complicated nature of the situation, safe to say I have witnessed that for myself. I've spent some time with you, and it looks like the Dendro Archon's also on your side, so I trust you.
Let's get it.
Thank you, Tainari. Oh, actually, we came here to ask you a question. What do you know about the project that the sages have been working on?
Ah, that. While I was indeed invited to join that project, the sages were always secretive about its scope and goals, so I eventually declined. All I know is that that project has something to do with the restoration of Irminsul.
Oh, Irminsul, not the... I just received no intel.
Huh? Did you see something when you were in Nahida's body?
Yeah.
What?
Do you have any evidence? So that's what happened. That explains why Hypatia's symptoms were different from those of the other scholars who went mad. It's because she made contact with the consciousness of a new god who is still in the process of being born.
Tighnari, did you leave the Avidia Forest because of Hypatia?
I did. I noticed Hypatia's mental anomalies, but since her symptoms were rather atypical, I secretly took her to Pardes Dii and began searching for a way to return her to her normal self. If I didn't take action, Hypatia would have already been taken by the Matra to the desert, doomed to a life of exile at Aru village.
Oh,
Now that you mention it, I knew the Academia has never thought particularly highly of Lesser Lord Kusanali, but I still didn't expect them to do something as arrogant as creating a new god.
exactly.
Looks like I made the right decision by not accepting their invitation.
The Fatui may have fanned flames.
The Doctor and the Balladeer. We have 2 Fatui Harbingers in Sumeru. Sounds like we're in for a bad time.
Yeah, man. Hello?
From your description, I don't think they've completed their project. There may still be room for us to intervene. But then, what is the connection between creating a new god and restoring Irminsul?
Yeah, it feels like we're still nowhere close to figuring out the sage's goals.
We must stop them.
Right. We've pretty much gone over everything we need to know, so we should head out. How about you, Tighnari? What are you going to do?
I'll stay here for now.
No!
I still want to try a few more things to help Hypatia.
You have to come with us. We don't know this country.
If you're planning to go into the desert, start by heading for Caravan Rabat. That'll be your fastest route.
What?
Come find me here if there's anything else I can do to help. May the spirit of wisdom go with you.
So if we get there and we need something, we have to come all the way back here just to ask you. That's why just tag along with us, man. What the heck?
Thanks, Tighnari. Hopefully Hypatia will feel better soon. We're off then.
Go to the Caravan Rabat. Caravan Rabat. Where is that? Is that in the desert? Ah. Where is the Aura something? I did not unlock the waypoint here. Where's Aru Forest? Anyway, I don't know, but we're gonna head to the desert, everyone. We're heading to the desert. And we have Venti here, so we're good. Wait, I wanna unlock the waypoint first. Oh, it's right there anyway. Caravan Bot. What does this place look like? Interesting. Was this area locked before? I think it was. Cause I remember the only desert place we could see was this one. Oh, I gotta unlock this. Oh, we're here. We're here.
We finally made it to Caravan Rabat. It's pretty lively here. So, just past this wall is the desert, huh? Oh, wow. Paimon remembers hearing people call this the Wall of Samiel. It's made to block sandstorms from the outside. Oh, if it's this tall, it's gotta be the divine work of Greater Lord Rukkhadevata, right?
It's all inspiring.
Enough gawking.
Hey,
Come on, follow me.
I'll hate them. Yes, I missed that guy.
Huh?
Was he following us? Cause he went back to Sumeru City, right? The same time as us. So for sure he saw what happened. I'll hate them.
Over here.
What did he say? Stop gawking. Follow me.
Oh, Hatham went that way! Let's hurry up and follow him. Wonder what he's up to.
Hey, you're too fast. I need Zhongli's hype for this. Wait, man. Oh, I see the sand. I almost call him Zhongli.
Let's go check it out.
Check it out. Are we following them? Or are we being chased? We're being chased.
What the? Where did he go? How did we lose him? They were just here a second ago.
More Aramite mercenaries? Who are they working for this time? Anyway, Traveler, it seems like we were being followed again.
You were too careless. You should have noticed those hopeless amateurs trailing you a long time ago.
Thanks, man.
There's no need to thank me. I've never cared to keep track of personal favors.
Well, no thanks, man.
All I did was correct a mistake I happened to come across. It's a habit I developed at the academia.
You really gave Paimon a scare, Al-Hatham. We never thought we'd run into you here. Last time we met at Port Ormos, didn't you say you were going back to the academia?
Yeah.
Wait, don't tell Paimon that you're here to take us back on their orders.
Oh, so you've already landed yourselves on the academia's hit list. I can't say that I didn't expect it. However, had I wished to turn you over to the academia, don't you think you'd already be the Eremites' honored guests by now?
Oh, right. You do have a point.
I have no interest in running errands for that project. As a scholar, I've always belonged to the camp that promotes researcher autonomy. And these days, you're more fascinating than anything the sages can offer.
So you're looking for me? Hello?
Not quite. To tell you the truth, I'm still investigating the Divine Knowledge Capsule. Unfortunately, I've run into some difficulties. Everyone says the capsule originated in the desert and was eventually moved to Port Ormos. If I am to get to the bottom of this, I must understand how the capsule first came to be. Which brings me back to you, and why you're so interesting. The leader of Ain al-Ahmar used the Divine Knowledge Capsule right in front of you, and upon seeing him, your expression became perplexed, and you were lost in thought for quite some time. To have that kind of reaction, I think you must have realized something. Are you interested at all in sharing what you've been hiding from me?
Al-Hatham, you really have a ridiculous eye for detail. What kind of person even notices or remembers stuff like that?
It's complicated.
So that's your answer. Well, I do work for the academia after all. So considering that, it is indeed wise to keep your cards close to your chest. But that does prove you do have some undisclosed information about the Divine Knowledge Capsule. Am I right? No matter. Rather than simply learning the answers from you, I'd still prefer to investigate on my own. Speaking of, you two are also headed to the desert?
That's right. We have the same plan as you. But we don't really have any concrete goals at the moment.
Then I'd suggest starting with Aru Village. It's the largest settlement in the desert, so it'll probably have more resources and intel than anywhere else. Well, would you like to head there together?
Sounds good.
It's always better to travel with someone you know. Let's go!
Let's go! Where is Ardo Village? Okay. Okay.
Next on the agenda... way behind schedule.
What's that? Is this an animal? Alright, we're in the desert. Oh, look at this! The footprints! This is cool. Wait, why are the footprints gone? I wonder how they developed this. Oh, there's a fire, there's a fire. Oh! I was gonna put out the fire, but you guys went away.
No touching.
Oh, that was the first person view just now. Yes, yeah! Is this a new material? Oh, yeah. Hey, there's the teleport, right? Hey, why can't I see it? What? Whoa, whoa. What? Hey, is that a scarab? Or is it an enemy? Hey!
Access denied.
Oh, it's a new material. I guess I have to drop.
We're way behind schedule.
The drop. It's just a meat? Seriously? What's that? Oh. Let me put out the fire. It's annoying. More meat for me. Stay away, man. Thanks. What if water in this? Oh, scarab! Scarab! Took too long. That's weird. They can go underground. Thanks, man. Ah, couldn't get it. This kind of looks like the chasm.
Before us lies Aru Village, the safe haven of the desert folk.
Whoa, this landscape is really something else. What a cool place! Let's go check it out!
Check it out. Cutscene. Oh, I think I know which one is this. It's in the trailer.
Wow!
Oh, oh, oh! Oh, they attack us first. Woo! Why did he mount that? Oh, that's his signature. Spin move. Sino. See, why do people call him
Unless
Sino?
my memory fails
Sino.
me, we have barely spoken 2 words to each other before now at the Academia. Would you care to enlighten me as to when and how I invited the General Mahamatra's wrath?
Oh, Hatham. Do not think you can escape my judgment, just because you managed to escape my attack.
Judgment? So that's how you'd characterize your actions here, is it? Or would elimination perhaps be a more accurate description?
Had I used my full strength, not even this traveler would have been able to stop me. Though styled like an assassination, I sought only to ensure that my target would be unable to flee or resist. Standard practice for the Matra, as well you know.
Seemed to me more like your own personal touch.
Who is that, Al-Haytham? Did you call him General Mahamatra?
Yes. General Mahamatra Sino, head of all the Matra at the Academia. He's a formidable hunter, and the ultimate nightmare for any who have committed academic crimes.
Yeah, so he is the head of Matra at the academia. Hitham works for the academia, right? So why are you attacking him? And he claims that they only spoke for about 2 words between them. And he's called Sino, man. I don't know why people call him Sino. I see some videos call him Sino.
You seem to have placed a lot of trust in Al-Haytham, to the point of blocking an attack for him. If I were you, I'd never choose to side with him. I wouldn't believe a single word that comes out of his mouth. I have been pursuing this scribe for a long time. I urge you, stand back and do not seek to defend him any longer. Otherwise, there will be consequences.
He kind of sounds like Dainsleif, right? And kind of D-Luke as well. But that doesn't mean I'm going to stand by and do nothing.
Has Al-Haytham done something wrong? Hyman doesn't think he's as bad as you've made him out to be.
I won't waste my breath explaining things. Al-Haytham, I saw it during our fight. Take it out. The divine knowledge capsule you're hiding on your person. Unless you want me to retrieve it for myself.
Fight! Round 2!
Very perceptive of you. Nothing escapes a Matra's senses.
Round 2, come on! It's a red one. It's a red one.
Wait, the divine knowledge capsule? Didn't it fall into the Matra's hands in Port Ormos?
You lied.
No wonder you speak with such confidence, Sino. But I must admit, I'm very curious. What does this capsule mean to you? And why, as General Mahamatra of the Academia, are you all alone in the desert?
Yeah.
As far as I'm aware, the other Matra have been speculating about your disappearance.
Because he's following you, man.
Have you been given a mission that's, let's say, morally dubious?
Yeah, to hunt you down.
If I was the real target of your mission, what was stopping you from simply using your authority and resources to judge me within the walls of the Academia?
So I guess, in Naruto reference, he's like the Anbu. He's the leader, he's the captain of the Anbu Black Ops. For those who watch Naruto, is this a correct reference or a similar reference?
I should have known you'd be difficult to deal with.
You two? Ugh! What you would do, Traveler? Paimon feels like we can't trust either of them!
Well, look at you two, acting all tough and self-righteous over there.
There's one person we can trust, and it's Dia. And it's Mommy Pyro. Pyro Mommy. Man.
Wait, Dia?
I'm so happy Dia's here. We can follow her instead of all these 2 guys, man.
Great! Finally someone that we can trust!
I thought Paimon said, girl!
You gotta help us out here. Otherwise, these 2 are gonna start fighting again!
Okay, we have Dia here. We just have to follow her.
Yeah, sure looks that way. 2 giants from the Academia duking it out once and for all. Not something you get to see every day, that's for sure.
Gotta let him go. Round 2, come on.
Listen, I know you academic types love to fill up your big brains with self-righteous morality and lord your empty rules and virtues over each other.
Yeah.
But how dare you bring your petty disputes into the safe haven of Aru Village?
Yeah, man. You 2 academia people.
It seems like someone's gonna have to beat some sense into your thick skulls until you finally learn to respect these grounds.
Are we gonna have a triple threat match? Whoa. Let's go. Round 2. 1-on-1-on-1. Neither of them can be afforded to be distracted by Dia.
Hey, did either of you hear a word I just said?
No. Is this Venti? Is this Venti?
Whoa, what's going on? The wind's so strong. Is this a sandstorm? Paimon's gonna get blown away.
Venti, come on, stop it.
Another sandstorm? What's up with these recently?
Can Venti do... Candace is right there.
Hey! All of you, over here, quickly! We have to take cover.
Someone's calling for us. Oh, this wind is too strong. Let's get over there.
That sounded like Candace. Come on, you two. Jeez, are all of you academia folks such hard work? Move it!
All right, stop yelling.
Finally, we see Alhaitham and Dia in the same frame. Ooh, this is so cool. This is a new symbol. This is the desert. What? Ooh, look at this. Family time. Just sit down, Sino. Chill. Oh, he won't sit next to Alhaitham. That's a given. Hello.
Well, this is pretty awkward.
This is like a family reunion between brothers and sisters.
Hey, wanna play sardines with 3 people who wanna tear each other limb from limb? Sure, why not? Sounds fun. The air is so thick and heavy. Paimon can hardly keep floating anymore.
Oh, that's a nice reference.
My sincere apologies, everyone.
Candace.
This is the home of our village chief. I will have to ask you to make do with this small room until the sandstorm dies down.
Sino was checking her out, man. Did you all see that?
Please, let me introduce myself. I am Candace, protector of Aru village.
Ooh, she has 2 eyeballs. 2 different colors. This one like a Sharingan, one is like a Renegon.
Our savior has come at last! Nice to meet you, Candace. The name's Paimon. Thank you so much for helping us.
There's no need to thank me. It's only right to help each other when the weather gets rough.
Her hairstyle is kind of similar to Yor from Spy Family.
Wow, she's so gentle and caring, like a nice older sister. Unlike those guys over there.
Yeah, it's a siblings reunion. Holiday reunion.
All right. Now that we're all better acquainted, we should return to the topic at hand.
Fight, round 2.
As a guardian charged with the responsibility to protect my fellow villagers from harm, I was observing your conflict from afar, even before the sandstorm started. And now that you have set foot within our village itself, it is all the more my responsibility to make absolutely sure that you pose no threat whatsoever to us.
She's a 4. How are you a 4-star?
So please, have an honest and sincere conversation with one another and put your hostile feelings to rest.
She sounds similar to someone.
If anyone dares to start anything again while they are under this roof, I will not hesitate to send them out for some quality time with the creatures of the sandstorm.
Nice. Alhaitham's literally not looking at her.
On second thought, Paimon may have misjudged Candace's character.
Yeah, stop judging people by their book, okay, Paimon? Let's go, Dia.
And that goes for you too, Miss Dia.
No!
Do I make myself clear?
All right, we got it, Candace.
I do like Candace's voice better than Dia's voice, though.
That's what I like to hear. So, which of you will begin?
So we're gonna have a... She sounds like Lisa just now, the end of her tone. I don't know if they're the same voice actress. So are they gonna have like a debate session?
I was supposed to be a mediator, but I might have gotten a little too involved just now.
Yeah, man.
Anyway, one of those two should probably start talking.
Wait, that was you trying to be a mediator?
I have nothing to hide, so there's no shame in explaining myself.
Yes, let's go, General.
While Alhaitham wasn't wrong about the other Matra not knowing my whereabouts, it's not because I've been assigned a morally dubious mission. Rather, I've chosen to exile myself.
Huh? Exile yourself?
A little while ago, I discovered that there was data missing in the Academia's project planning and development files. What little they did report clearly did not match the project's actual progress. As General Mahamatra, I had the responsibility and authority to request an audit. However, to my surprise, the person responsible for the erroneous data was none other than Grand Sage Azar himself. I tried to investigate the issue myself before submitting a formal audit request, but I soon found that all leads and potential pieces of incriminating evidence were carefully concealed from me. I began to realize that They were cautious of me from the very beginning. Unsurprisingly, the Grand Sage rejected my audit request as soon as the submission reached his desk. He even said to me, "The power of the General Mahamatra is granted by the sages. You have no right to judge us."
So they really are up to no good.
Alright, team up, team up.
I realized then that to the Grand Sage, the Matra are nothing more than tools for the sages to assert and maintain their control over knowledge. The vows that we took, the principles that we strive to uphold, they are meaningless to the academia of today. I believed it would be wise to flee the academia before the sages had a chance to take action against me. This way, they can no longer see nor predict my actions. I will never give up on this investigation. There's no need for someone else to give me power or authority. Once I find the truth, I will administer judgment by my own name.
Sino seems to have the same goal as us. We're all investigating the sages. Plus, now that he's no longer the General Mahamatra, he somehow feels a lot less scary. Well, Sino, if that's your story, then why did you see Alhaitham as a target?
When I was investigating the matter in the academia, I overheard a conversation between Alhaitham and a sage.
Oh.
The sages asked you to investigate a blonde-haired traveler. Do you dispute this, Alhaitham?
Ooh.
What?
Like many parts of the project, this assignment was undocumented. Now throw in your suspicious behavior with the Divine Knowledge Capsule, and I think we deserve an explanation.
From the beginning, Alhaitham was...
Yes. I was indeed tasked with investigating the Traveler.
No.
Alhaitham?
No.
After all, the promised reward was so great that hardly any scholar could have refused. The sage told me, once you've completed this assignment, I can give you a glimpse of divine knowledge.
Whoa, come on. You're not doing this for the prize, are you?
A most enticing offer.
Oh, no. I'm saving my primogems for you, my man. This is heartbreaking. This stinks.
Unfortunately, those academics don't know me at all.
Neither do we.
Their words contained one key piece of information, namely that divine knowledge indeed exists. That gave me all I needed to know. From my perspective, the sages are far from trustworthy. Think about it. Isn't it a little strange they're so willing to share divine knowledge with anyone, even as a reward? So, I began my own investigation following the lead of the Divine Knowledge Capsule. In the end, I realized my wisdom in committing to this rather than collaborating with the sages.
Do you think these three are the big three of Sumeru, Sino, Alhaitham, and Dia? Because we met Alhaitham and Dia in 3.0, and they're still not playable. It's taking a long time. This is such a tease. But they just released Sino pretty recently, so I guess, I don't know. Is it safe to say that these three are the big three of Sumeru?
Had I been less guarded, I probably would have ended up like that Ain al-Ahmar mercenary, incapable of remaining sane for long enough to hold a conversation.
You mean that the sages originally planned to dispose of you, using one of those capsules that drive people insane?
Right. Do you just join forces with me just you could investigate me?
I'd already given up on the assignment by then. I only told the academia I was waiting in Port Ormos for you to appear so they wouldn't suspect anything. So it came as quite a surprise when I encountered my erstwhile target while investigating the Divine Knowledge Capsule.
Criminals do love to talk about coincidences.
Even though I ran into the Traveler by chance, I had no intention of providing assistance to the academia. Also, you should remember, you were the ones who decided to follow me and strike up a conversation after I left that tavern.
Now that you mention it.
That's true. Alhaitham helped us out at Caravan Rebat as well. Maybe he's telling the truth.
I'm willing to apologize if that's worth anything to you.
Hey man, that will work a lot.
I took the divine knowledge capsule behind your back because I judged its existence to be a significant risk. I felt that it would be best for no one to interact with it before it had been properly studied. After all, curiosity often proves to be the most dangerous thing in this land.
You should be well aware, Scribe Al-Haytham, that curiosity can also lead you to danger and suspicion. Answer me this. Did the sages share any information about their project with you?
Have I not made myself clear? You and I are both distrusted by the academia. Do you really think they would tell me anything?
Fine. Although you haven't completely proven your innocence, I won't regard you as an enemy, for now.
As you wish.
She's a cool dude.
Good. I'm glad to see you two clearing up your misunderstandings. And now you, Dia.
What?
I believe it's your turn.
No, but yeah, why is she there though? Why are you following us?
Oh, sorry. Whatever the boys were talking about must have been so boring that I spaced out. My situation is pretty straightforward. My employer, Dunyarzad of the Homayani family, is friends with the Traveler and is currently recovering from her illness at home.
Right.
I had nothing going on, so I decided to return to our village for a visit. I was actually looking forward to a pretty exciting time getting back together with everyone here. But then I saw these two random guys in the middle of a pointless argument. It ticked me off, and things went downhill from there.
Is that all? Well, I will admit that definitely sounds like your style. In that case, welcome back, Dia.
So, is she Dia's captain?
That's more like it. I missed you all so much, Candace.
Whoa! What was that sound?
No need to worry. Now that you're no longer at each other's throats, please make yourselves at home. I'll take a quick trip outside to clear out some of those creatures in the sandstorm.
What is that? Oh, now Sino sat down.
Creatures? In the sandstorm? Are you sure you don't want some backup?
Look at Dia's arm, man. That's some Winter Soldier, Full Metal Alchemist.
Fighting in a sandstorm is not for the faint-hearted. Anyone without extensive training in these conditions is at a disadvantage.
Dude, I can hear
You
Lisa.
needn't worry.
Dude, I can hear Lisa from Candace.
Yeah, just leave him to Candace. Don't worry, she's as tough as they come.
If you say so.
The wind's died down. That means the sandstorm's over, right? Candace still isn't back yet, though. Is she alright? Maybe we should go out and check on her.
When you put it that way, even I'm starting to feel a little worried. All right, let's go. We've been here long enough, and the boys are as chatty as the floor.
Okay, where's everyone? Where is everyone? We're next to the waypoint. The waypoint. There's another one? Oh wait, this is just a waypoint. What did I unlock? Why are you telling us to go around there? When we have to go here? It's because of the past. Whoa! Candace! The creatures are the Cliffhounds.
Candace, you're still fighting? You've been out here dealing with these creatures the entire time?
Yes. They just keep coming in waves. I've lost count of how many I've defeated. Before I realized it, even the sandstorm had stopped.
Ah! Here comes another wave!
Leave this round to us.
We
I got interrupted earlier, but now I have something to take my anger out on.
Okay, let's go. Trial.
It's been quite a while since I've seen the Flame Main in action.
Flame Main.
I'll leave these to you then.
Pyro Mommy Flame Main.
I'll be sure to put on a good show. Let's go!
Oh, come on. I thought we
Born
could
of ice and
trial,
frost.
man. So this is the solution to these guys. We're freezing them. Oh. Get away from me. Get away from me. Get away from me.
Here comes another wave!
There's more?
When are they ever gonna let up?
Freeze! Freeze! Hey, switch! Nice!
The creature stopped appearing. Was that the last of them?
They didn't let us trial Dia or Alhaitham, man.
What we fought just now was probably the aftermath of the sandstorm.
Aftermath?
So we should be
really?
safe for the time being.
So I guess they just got dragged by the sandstorm.
Well fought, everyone. No injuries, I hope.
Who are you? Who are you?
Huh?
Ah, my apologies. I haven't had a chance to greet you yet. I had my hands full taking care of the village's elderly and children. I am the chief of Aru village. Everyone usually calls me Uncle Anpu.
Sorry for the trouble.
Sir, I am also originally from the desert, but I have not been back for some time now. May I ask if such sandstorms are common?
I can't say they've always been common, but recently the storms have become increasingly severe and frequent. Besides sandstorms, we also occasionally get earthquakes. According to an investigator who stayed in the village a while ago, these unusual natural phenomena are related to the withering of Irminsul.
Oh.
Another effect of Irminsul's withering. So, Irminsul's withering causes withering zones in the forest, and sandstorms and earthquakes here in the desert?
Everything in the natural world is inextricably connected to Irminsul. These regional symptoms can indeed be a reflection of Irminsul's present state.
Everyone in Aru village needs to take good care of themselves.
Right, in the forest, the plants are dying. So in the desert, there aren't much plants. So yes, the withering is affecting the sandstorms.
Speaking of which, why haven't I seen a single village keeper since I got here?
Village keeper? Who are they? Village guards like Candace?
Does your curiosity know no bounds? Village Keeper is how Aru village refers to mad scholars exiled here by the academia. Most of them are scholars who lost their sanity after a period of training in the Avidia forest.
Right, Tainari mentioned it. Hypatia might have been banished from there.
The academia believes that their crazed mutterings may have a negative effect on the psyches of other scholars. So, they're forcibly exiled to the desert. Though if you ask me, it's all a boatload of nonsense.
Tainari brought us up.
Alas, that's exactly what we've been trying to investigate. One by one, the village keepers have been mysteriously disappearing without a trace. But no one in the village has ever seen them leave. If you're planning to stay around the village for the next few days, I'd appreciate it if you could keep an eye out for them.
I've had encounters with those people in the past. I'll see what I can do to help.
Look at this two duo. I bet they're gonna be a duo for sure.
The Matra are the ones responsible for their exile. Now that you're no longer with them, are you trying to alleviate your guilt and atone for your past sins? I'm fascinated by how you think.
Mock me if you will, but if you are guilty, I will eliminate you, regardless of my position or identity.
Oh, you're the former General Mahamatra. You must be an expert in these kinds of investigations. Thank you for your help.
Is it because you're reminded of Hypatia? Oh, these poor scholars. First they lose their sanity, now this! We need to help get them back home, safe and sound. But, is it really a good idea to tag along with Sino? You seem like you really don't trust him.
I'll be grateful for the assistance. No doubt you will do a better job than some of my former subordinates. Let's start by finding a spot to share what we know so far.